You ever just look up at the night sky and think, how did all of this happen? I mean, all this incredibly complex, beautiful stuff galaxies, stars, you and me. How did it all come from, well, from nothing? Let's dig into that cosmic puzzle, shall we? Right? That's the billion-dollar question. How does order just emerge from pure chaos? It's a mystery that's kept people up at night for centuries. And the crazy thing is, the clues, they're literally all around us, woven right into the fabric of space and time. Okay, so to understand this, you have to know that every great story needs a conflict, a central struggle. And for the universe itself, that story starts with a battle between two epic ideas, chaos versus cosmos. So let's break that down. On one hand, you've got chaos. Think of it as just a void, emptiness, formlessness, a state where everything is constantly changing, super rapid, super immense, and nothing is stable. And on the other side, you have cosmos. It's a Greek word, and it means order, the universe as a structured whole. It's all about how everything is intricately connected. Really, the entire story of our universe is just this journey from chaos to cosmos. The brilliant Carl Sagan said it best. He said, "Cosmos is a Greek word for the order of the universe. It is, in a way, the opposite of chaos. It implies the deep interconnectedness of all things." So it's not just about things popping into existence, right? It's about the birth of relationships of a deep, beautiful order. So you gotta ask, what is the engine that's driving this incredible transformation? Well, our first big clue lies with what you could call the universe's chief architects, the four fundamental forces. These are the basic rules of the game. They govern literally every single interaction, from the tiniest particles to the most massive galaxies. They're the ones sculpting order out of the mess. So, let's meet the crew. You've got gravity. That's the big one. The master sculptor pulling matter together to build stars and whole galaxies. It's like the universe's superglue. Then there's electromagnetism. This is what holds atoms together. It's the reason you're not falling through your chair right now. Then you have the strong nuclear force. And yeah, it is strong. It's the powerhouse that holds the nucleus of an atom together. And last but not least, the weak nuclear force, which is behind things like radioactive decay and the nuclear reactions that make stars shine. These four forces are basically the entire rulebook for the universe. But a rulebook is useless without a game board to play on. And that game board, that stage for all of existence, it's time. And we're not just talking about the ticking of a clock here. Time is the actual dimension that makes change possible. It lets a sequence of events happen, it lets a story unfold. Here's a good way to think about it. Time is the canvas. The four forces are the different colors of paint. And reality itself, that's the masterpiece being painted. Time is what gives us a before and an after, which is the only way anything can happen at all. Without time, the universe would just be a frozen photograph, a single static moment where nothing ever changes. Kind of boring, right? But here's the kicker. This stage, this canvas, has a strict one-way sign posted. The arrow of time only, and I mean only, points forward. We can't go back. And that is so, so important because it means cause always comes before effect. It gives the universe a direction, a history that it builds upon moment by moment. And the implication of that is actually pretty profound, but also really simple. What has happened has happened. There are no do-overs, no retakes. Every single event gets locked into the universe's past, and that past sets the stage for whatever comes next. This constant forward motion is absolutely essential for complex things to build up over billions of years. All right, so we have our players, the four forces. And we have our stage, time. Now, let's get to the good part. Let's see how they all interact to create this dynamic, constantly changing universe we live in. This is where the real magic happens. And here it is. This is pretty much the secret sauce. Our universe, our cosmos, doesn't exist because one force won out over all the others. No, it exists because of a constant, delicate dance between opposing forces, a cosmic tug of war, a push and a pull. You've got forces like gravity trying to pull everything together, and other forces pushing things apart. And it's right there, in that tension, that all the cool structures are born. To really, really get how important this balance is, let's do a little thought experiment. Let's imagine for a second what the universe would look like if that balance was totally broken. So, the question is, what would happen if the universe was only governed by one type of force? What if it was all attraction? Or what if it was all repulsion? Let's take a look at what we'd end up with. Okay, scenario 1. Imagine a universe with only forces of attraction and zero repulsion. Everything is just pulling, 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 with nothing to push back. Think of it like gravity on steroids, with no other forces to get in its way. And what would happen? Well, it'd be a cosmic dead end. All matter would just collapse into a single, unbelievably massive entity. You wouldn't get any stability, so you wouldn't have any complex structures, no atoms, no stars, no galaxies, just one giant blob. That's not a cosmos. That's just chaos, all squished together. All right, now let's flip the script completely. Imagine a universe where there are only forces of repulsion, no attraction whatsoever. Everything is constantly pushing away from everything else with no gravity to pull any of it back together. What do you think happens then? Well, it would be a universe filled with just fundamental particles, each one totally isolated. It would be empty. No cohesive structures, no atoms, no molecules, no planets, no life. It's just a different flavor of chaos, really. And that brings us to the big finale, the big takeaway. The universe is dynamic precisely because there are forces of attraction and forces of repulsion. Entities will form and they will deform. The reason we have a cosmos, the reason we have anything instead of nothing, is because of this incredible dynamic balance. Our very existence is a product of this cosmic dance. So, next time you look up at the stars, remember what you're seeing. It's not pure chaos, but it's not static, boring perfection either. You're witnessing the magnificent, ongoing result of a perfectly imperfect balance. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other amazing things are born from simple opposing forces like that?